Pal Joe! And judging by my bad French and the ingredients I have on this table, I think we're making macarons! Who's excited? So, macarons, I can't say, it's really hard. They are egg whites. It's really simple to make. People are like, oh, well, you know, I can't go to France because it's too far away. So I can't have macaroons and I can't make them. Wrong, you can make them because you probably have the ingredients already except for this and maybe this and maybe this. But you can always get them. It's a lot. This grocery store is a lot closer than France. So you need 1 cup of confectioner sugar or icing sugar or powdered sugar. They're all the same. Oh, sorry. Almond meal, almond flour. If you don't buy it like this is completely finely ground up. But you can, if you can't have access to this, then you take some almonds, you put them in the food processor, and try to get them as finely as you can, and then you put them through a sifter, and there you go. Your almond flour. 2 egg whites, just separate them from the egg yolks. I'm making lemon curd filled macarons, so I'm using yellow food coloring. This is optional, you don't need this, but I mean, I'm just gonna use it anyway. Cream of tartar, not like steak tartar, not like anything like that. It's not cream of tartar. It's not, it's not like salmon or fish tartar. It's cream of tartar. It helps your egg whites. Some sugar, about 4 tablespoons, and then a little bit of vanilla. Let's get started. So I'm just measuring, 3/4 cup of almond flour or almond meal. Oh, it's not going out. Cool, okay. So you put that through the little strainer. Get that through. And you want to pour that in. Measure 1 cup. Whoa. You want to sift that with your almond flour. So I am just about done sifting my powdered sugar, and I started using a spoon to help me get it through because it was, you know, being lumpy and mean. But 1 word of advice, a tip, would be to use a bigger bowl. Simple as that. Use a bigger bowl because this didn't work for me at all. I got it all over the place. And now my mom's mad at me because she has to clean it up. But I'll probably end up cleaning it up. Let's move that aside! Wonderful. Douay eggs. Egg whites. Excuse my French. Take your mixer. Oopsies. And set it like that, like so. You want to use 1/4 cup of cream of tartar. It's not really that much. It's like that much. Whatever. I don't measure that much. Probably should. So, you want to measure out about 1/4. This is a cup, just 1/2 cup, so I'm just trying to measure 1/4. It's about 4 tablespoons. Why do I keep doing that? So you want to slowly add this in. So when your meringues are like that, when they're stiff like that, here's the test. You want to put it over your head. Yay! There's nothing that's coming out. It's not shampoo. You don't want this in your hair at all. So this is when you add your vanilla. Not that much. About 1/4 teaspoon. And your yellow food coloring. Just kidding. And your yellow food coloring. A couple of drops. French cookies to your home. Little piece of France. Just dump it all in there. Now you wanna switch to a spatula. Spatula, as Mr. Krabs would say. And you want to fold it in. You have to be really careful with this step not to overmix it or undermix it. Overmixing is going to result in very soupy. Overmixing is going to result in something that it's going to be really stiff and it's not going to be really pipeable. So, when you are when you're folding it in, just be careful not to overmix it or undermix. You know, it looks like it's nice. Quite nice texture. So then, you want to get you don't need a piping bag. You can just use a Ziploc bag. Very simple. You get out a skizzer. And this is what you want to do. You want to take your mixture. I'm actually really terrible at doing this. Take your mixture, your little French mixture, and get your yellowy goodness in here. This is actually pretty necessary. I don't know which way to do it. So this is pretty necessary because I have made macaroons without parchment paper and didn't turn out good. So don't do that. So make a little, cut the tip off. You never want to make it too big because you can always cut more, but you can't cut away. Yeah. Pipe it out. Just like that. Don't do a swirly motion because that'll create a lot of air bubbles. You want to bang it to get rid of your air bubbles because your air bubbles are going to rise and they're going to make them crack. You don't want them to crack at all. So, what your dogs might bark. So, I know, I'm sorry about this next step, but you want to let these sit for half an hour. So it gets a nice little, I guess, kind of like tacky top. You want to preheat your oven to 320 degrees and bake them for 10 minutes. So your macaroons, my macaroons have been sitting for about half an hour, and if I touch them, they don't really make an indentation as they would have if you just put them in the oven. So I'm going to put this on the bottom rack and I'm going to bake it for 10 minutes. So when you take them out of the oven, peel them off. They peel off really easily. Take your little pretty patty and you squeeze the filling. And then you smush, smushy smush. Just like that.